Good evening, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with SimplerOptions.com, and in tonight's free video, I've got the same setup for you in three very distinct names. So depending on where you enjoy trading more, I think we'll have a variety of opportunity. So the first of which that I'm looking at is XOP. And for this ETF, a couple of things that I like to look at, and it's a pretty basic layout, but you can see the last squeeze setup that we had did a pretty good job of, once it was able to get through those broad moving averages, get here back up above the 100-day, well then it was just pretty much gone. Okay, we wait a couple of months in time, and then we have another similar squeeze that begins to set up after holding the 50-day moving average. So what I'm looking at here are for good trends, meaning trading above the 50, the 102, that also have a squeeze in play, and the third piece of the criteria are trading within 10% of 52-week highs. And that's not anything novel necessarily, but it's just saying if you can pop up to, and the way that I like to think about it is taking your profits in thirds, or if you'd prefer to do halves, that's a more conservative approach as well. But it's to say if you run the swing high to swing low and you kind of start accumulating a position here, I would consider myself wrong if you start closing below the 50-day, but then you can take profits at the old high on your first half, and then if the squeeze resolves in the way that we would like for it to, and like it did with this previous pattern, well then you can take the second half off at 46.03, and if you really want to try to squeeze something out of it, you'll have that next extension at 47.65. So if you can see that basic setup there in XOP, then you can see what I'm trying to do with names like MDT. Here again, a very different name, but a very similar setup. Now in this case, this one's interesting because it is also approaching lifetime highs that you have back there at 89.72. So I can look at this in exactly the same way with the same principles. This one's not quite as close to the 50-day, which might be a little bit more precarious, but overall it has held up well while the market has been soft. It's got that squeeze in play, and that's the second of third that I'm looking to play to the long side, followed up by Hormel Foods. So here again, a lot of different names, so you can kind of pursue these however you see fit. With something like Hormel, and I know sometimes, when you try to watch stuff like this and you look at it the very next day and think, all right, do I have to start buying it at like 37.50 if it's up? Well, I would kind of caution against that idea. I would say build your position thinking that this is the lower range of support. So if you pile in up here near the highs, yeah, that may not make for the easiest trade, but if you can see this squeeze that's had some excellent consolidation, these old highs that I think we'll be gunning for, and you can build your trade up all throughout here, well then I think that provides good opportunity to catch the move up into 39 and 40. So I hope that helps, gives you a couple different names to look at, all with a very similar setup, and I think it'll be worth following over the course of the next couple of weeks. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you at the next free video.